Hey everybody, welcome to the Red River Gorge District of the Daniel Boone National Forest. We start our trip at the skylift for the Natural Bridge. And yeah, it's a little touristy, but it's still really gorgeous. It was like $17 a person. Take you up there, or it's like a mile hike up the side of a mountain. No thank you, not in the middle of summer in Kentucky. And we got up there, spectacular views, gorgeous natural rock formations. There's a little bit of hiking up there to do. There's a little skinny walk to get done. Now I think whether you're coming up here with your family or a group of friends, it's a must-see. Definitely hit the Natural Bridge. It's really gorgeous. And then you can go do some wheeling.
Yeah, Junior Ranger in training. I am having deja vu. Mommy does this to me all the time, so I ain't going down there. Then all of a sudden, boom, there she is. Yeah, just a little bit though. Here, come on. Yeah. Come on. It's the Fat Man Squeeze. Yeah, it's the Fat Man. That's the actual name of that, the Fat Man Squeeze. Yep, put your white sandals in traction control mode. Yep, big line of traffic. Can't stop now. Don't look back. Caleb? Have my umbrella in that pocket. It would have been easier? Yeah.
Why do I like to do this?
So after Natural Bridge, it was time to do some actual stuff that we came to the Red River Gorge to do, which was do a little off-roading, a little trail riding. So the first day we hit Pumpkin Hollow Road and Spas Creek, and they were both gorgeous. And they're rated blue in Onyx, and yeah, I downloaded the Onyx maps and used them, and they were very helpful. No sponsorship yet, but I'm sure it's on its way. And it kept us on trail. There were a few sketchy parts of which way do I turn, because the trail kind of veers off left or right, but Onyx, the maps are really, really precise, and they kept us going in the right direction. And we had a great time. Simple trails. There weren't anything you couldn't do in two-wheel drive the day we were there. Now, I'm sure this does get a little sloppy in the early spring, maybe even the fall if they've had a bunch of rain, but for the most part it was pretty easy trail riding and super beautiful. As you can see, tons of creek crossings, lots of standing water, but everything is like hard packed at the bottom because it's all like a limestone base basically, and some shale spots, but nothing that was even remotely slippery. Like I said, we were playing a two-wheel drive game most of the day, and I don't think I put it in a four-wheel drive, but once or twice just on some hill parts, because, well, we did have to make it back to our campsite at the end of the day. Now, did I need to crawl to the top of that rock? Absolutely not. Was it cool? Yeah, I think so. But even this muddy section, which wasn't very muddy, it was easy. Two-wheel drive most of it. And that was day one. Y'all, it was an easy day. We spent about 3 or 4 hours trail riding. We were at the natural bridge for maybe 2 hours. We had about an hour total of driving time from our campsite, and we stayed at Lago Linda's Hideaway. I did a video, little campground review of that. Go check that out. And we were pretty centrally located to everything. It was time to air up and head back to camp. And at camp at night, they had some activities for us, fireworks and some bands. So talk about a very relaxing weekend, low stress. It was great.
So, when we were putting the sway bar back together, because we disconnected it to go off-roading, we found that the top of the sway bar link where it meets the sway bar on the driver's side was a little loose, so we're going to tighten that right now, and we brought just enough tools that it'll work, so here we go.
Is that good? Looks tight to me.
Okay then, I guess it's tight. Follow along for more tips. Yeah.
Okay, y'all. Welcome to day 2. And we headed out about 9-ish, 10 o'clock. Super slack day, nice and relaxing, sleep in. And it was a hot one. I think the temperature was 90 degrees with like 2,000% humidity, so it was a good day to go trail riding. We started at Hellcat Road, I believe, and dropped down in there to do Old Fincastle Road and Fincastle Road. They all kind of intertwine. It's on Onyx. It was a really nice route. Again, Onyx for the win. We definitely played the two-wheel drive game for most of the beginning, but then it kind of got real. There was some actually good technical wheeling on this trail. And then we finally got to the big creek crossing that everybody's always so worried about. And y'all, it had rained for 2 days, 3 days before this. It actually rained today. There was a little bit of water in here, but it was nothing. This Snazzy's sitting on 35s, 3.5 inches of lift, and it didn't even come up to the hubs. So, yeah, totally doable. And, yeah, two-wheel drive. And then after all that, we finally made it to what some people call the gatekeeper. Listen, y'all, like, gatekeepers are usually, like, beginning of trails, not middle of trails, but whatever. But yeah, this is no joke section, so I definitely wouldn't take a stock vehicle through here. But anything with any kind of tire or lift on it could probably make it. Now you'll probably be stacking some rocks, especially if things are wet, because there is no grip up here. When your tires are wet and the ground's wet, it kind of sucks, but any kind of halfway decent capable off-road vehicle will definitely crawl up through here with no problem. Now, I'm sure most of you could tell, but a lot of this video of the trail we fast forwarded through, so where it's like at 4 times regular speed, I left this one normal speed so everybody could just tell that, you know, this is no joke. Like, this section of the trail, you're gonna have to probably have somebody spotting you through, and you'll have a good time though. It's pretty technical, and I think Snazzy ate it up. Did way better than I thought it was gonna.
Nailed it!
So after we made quick work of the gatekeeper, we crawled up out of there, and at the top of the hill we found a nice spot to pull over, and we aired up and got on about the rest of our day.
Sometimes you need a hammer for the sway bar. You know, we don't have fancy Rubicon quick auto button bullshit. You need a hammer.
Next stop to round out our touristy stuff on this trip was the Fitchburg Furnace Historical Site. And, you know, this was a great place to stop and have a late lunch. It was close to everything we did that day, so we didn't even have to really drive that far out of route. And it was nice. It was very relaxing, very peaceful. It was a gorgeous day. The roads back to here were nice, and we enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend it. It's a super chill spot. And then it was a drive back to our campsite. And y'all, you could just drive around the DBBB, as I call it, and totally just do the 100 miles around the loop, wheel these couple of trails, and just be on this kind of road most of the day. And this is gorgeous. There's lots to look at. So much old barns and livestock, and you know, there's even a few dogs that'll chase you. Now, we chose not to do that. We chose to just hit the highlights and do a little touristy stuff. And we spent 2 full days doing the Daniel Boone Backcountry Byway and our touristy stuff. A total of 8 or 9 hours of off-roading and probably 4 hours of touristy stuff, and lots of time at the campsite with our feet up. Well, I hope this all encourages you to go out and do something this weekend. Go anywhere, do anything. Thanks for watching.